Anything in the showroom like this next RV. From the handcrafted stained glass to the shake shingles, this log cabin on wheels is in a class all its own.
Hi, I'm Eric Nason. I live in Covington, Washington. I took this old truck and I turned it into an awesome house on wheels. I have three interests. I like to do woodworking, I like old trucks, and I like to go camping. You put all three of those together and this is what you come up with. This is a 1951 Federal truck. It's about a 5-ton truck, and I bought it from a farmer in Salem, Oregon. I didn't buy it happenstance. I actually wanted something with character. I wanted something with a long wheelbase, and I brought it home and started working on it. The first thing I had to do was to take and put some big heavy timbers down the frames of the truck. We actually extended the back of the truck a little bit to make it just a little bit longer. Then we just started framing up like you would frame a house on a foundation. We used 2x4s in the walls and regular insulation in the roofs and hardwood floors like you'd have at home. Lots of good pine, cedar, everything is heavy duty. This ought to last longer than I do. There's only one problem with a house on wheels. Sometimes it turns into more of a house than on wheels. This old engine, she was a good old engine. Worked great for 50-odd years, but I need a little bit more power. So, it's sitting out here in the yard. This is a great engine. It goes in that truck. When I get in, we're going to be running down the road like crazy. This truck had to be kind of a chameleon. When we're parked in the park and we want to enjoy it, we push the slide-outs out. When you get inside with the slide-outs out, it's almost 14 feet wide. It's about 19 feet from the back wall to this wall, about 26 feet from the back wall to the front of the bedroom. It takes about 10 or 15 minutes to get on the road. We have to come out here and push the slide-outs in. The first thing I do is I need to undo these little caps, and then we'll push it in. Now we take the braces off, and we're on the road. The slide-outs are really just a big box. They're a big box with one wall taken out of it. Except I wasn't able to get the whole mechanism that you would get on a modern RV, so I designed my own way to do it. Basically what it is it's just a floor with some casters on the bottom, and they roll in on the floor. When you're going down the road, you don't want the slide-outs bouncing around back and forth in the truck. They have to be really stable. So what I did is I made these tracks out of some pieces of oak, ran this groove down here with the table saw, then put the two chamfers on each side of this rail with a router. And these hold the slide real good and solid. For the front door of the house, I wanted something unique. So I found some patterns in a woodworking magazine for a regular door, but I didn't want a square top. I wanted something round, something with some character. So I took the standard pattern from here down and curved all this wood and made the front door. I basically took 3 pieces of wood across the arch in the top. You lay it all out, draw the arcs around, and there's actually 3 sections, one here and one here. For those math-minded, it's 180 degrees. You divide it into 3, you got 60-degree angles all the way around. After I cut these 3 pieces out, I needed to put them together with a good, solid joint that wouldn't come apart in the different changing weather. So what I did is I used biscuit joints in here. They're a small little wafer piece of wood. They actually go on the inside, in between here. When you glue it all together, it makes it extremely strong and very tight. Once I made that, I smoothed them up real good on the inside and out and attached those to the vertical stiles on the door. You paint it over, and it came out real well. You know, there's not a lot of RVs on the road with stained glass windows like this. It took me 4 months to make the 14 windows that are in this truck. These joints right here came together with a mortise and tenon joint at this point. I actually used a mortising machine to put the holes in this main piece, and the tenon slipped in there. There's foam in between the glass, so as you're driving down the road, these don't vibrate too much. That made a good, solid structure. These windows ought to last a long time. This has been quite a project. It took about 9 months to do the body work. Then I started right in working on the house part of it, because that's why I bought the truck in the first place. I've had the truck about 3.5 years. It was almost done last year, but now I'm putting the final touches on and a new engine this year, so we'll be ready to go.